Hello. Welcome, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. My name is Sadhana, and I'm here today doing live readings. Live readings for your card for 2021. And these readings have been going really well. Last night, there were some really powerful messages as well for today. So I want to invite you just to kind of lean into this one. This one might be a little sticky. This is Judgment, which is never, it's a beautiful card. It's one of, I call this one the third awakening. And it can be a little scary. It can be a little scary to be at this stage because it means we really need to step into our Dharma. And sometimes that means leaving something behind. If we're stepping into our Dharma, we might be going in a different direction from those around us. And yeah, so it's really important that if this is your card for 2021, that you find support in a community that will make this transition a little bit easier for you. Avalon, like this, in this particular deck in the Bone Stone, there is an initiation happening in the picture, and so there's a vulnerability, there's a truth, and I think starting with the Suit of Swords would be a really good place for this reading. So I need to sneeze. Excuse me. Oh. I'm trying to keep my room quite cool. These readings really heat me up. There's a lot of energy that moves through as I do these readings. So, yeah, I will turn on the fire after this one is done. So just think about that. I mean, not necessarily initiation literally. We really need, the tarot talks in metaphors and mystery. And so this could have a non-secret society meaning for you. Like, what would you be interested in being initiated into this year? And if you have been through some major changes in the past year or the past few years, are you really ready to step into your own? And I use the word Dharma. So Dharma means, we're not all meant to be poets or lawyers or gardeners. We need to step into the path and own our path and understand that that is what is at our heart. That is our soul purpose, our soul reason for being. So yeah. So let's go ahead and start to pull over a few cards. And like I said, we'll start with swords and just see what the truth is here, because often the truth is revealed in the swords. It's the ace. That's really beautiful. So a feather, a single feather, which pairs beautifully with the Judgment card. Like I said, this is like in the major arcana, the third awakening. And so this is really your time. You can either put on your cloak, like your ceremonial cloak, or you can kind of step forth naked and free on your own and really step into your truth. And so what is your truth? What is your truth? And usually in a judgment year, or when a judgment card comes up in a tarot reading, this is not a baby step. This is something that's been percolating for a while. And so now this is your year of really embracing that. And one of the things I do is work with people through these changes and challenges. And if you are having a hard time, please reach out. We also have a wonderful small group that's just started. I started a new Facebook group. All of my connections are in the description box below. And in the one that says other offerings by Sadhana, if you click on that link tree, you'll get there's a link for the Facebook group there. A really wonderful group of people. And I go live in that week every week, and we have a kind of an intimate chit chat. It's very nice. Wow. Okay, so the Oracle card supporting that is Across the Sky. This feels very spiritual. I feel like, the balance of readings between ones that are very practical and very spiritual have been leaning really on the spiritual side. And maybe that's an important energy for 2021, that we really come into a place of trust and are not, that we step away from 2020 and its confinement, right? 2020 was the year of the Emperor, the year of the number 4, which is quite a strict and solid enclosure. The Hierophant, the shape of the pentacle, creates a bit more freedom. And maybe with the Hierophant energy, there is that spiritual component as well, too, which does not have to be dogmatic. Does not have to be structured. It can be very free, nature-based, intuitively based. All right, so I'm shuffling the fantastic being right now, and I will just draw your fantastic being for 2021. Okay, so there's absolutely no question here. Your fantastic being is the stars. And the keyword is aspirations. If the stars could talk, they would tell you, let it go and glow. Shine your light, now is the time. Those itty-bitty, teeny-tiny thoughts, the ones you put in a box, placed on a shelf, and have ignored all these years. It is time to take them down, dust them off, and shine them up. Didn't I say this has been percolating for some time? So it's really time this is your big reveal year. Aspirations are for igniting action, striving toward and achieving. So this fits beautifully with the energy of the wands, your wand energy. It feels like very green man energy, doesn't it? It's the 9. I'm going to just check out Earth Flesh for that one. Okay. Aspirations are for igniting action, striving toward and achieving. Discard those items you should have burned a long time ago. Coax those embers and flame them. If the stars could talk, they would tell you, glow, damn it, glow. Okay, which is what this feels like a portal, right? It's like you walking through a portal, and you need to have the courage to walk through the portal. And if you look here, this green person is emerging. It's a very gentle, connected emergence. Very non-Rider-Waite for those of you that know what that means and read the tarot. 9 of Wands usually would have quite a different vibe. So I just want to check out what Avalon's intentions are here. That's the creator of this deck. The green woman was the keeper of the sacred forest. For eons, she stood in defense of this sacred place and every sentient being therein. She saw great metamorphosis from a beautiful maiden to a wild green woman. Never had she faltered. Never had she left her post. She had never been derelict in her duties. Year after year, century after century, eon after eon, she stood until long at last the forest finally claimed her as its own. Now she is indistinguishable. She is completely camouflaged by her kingdom, and there she lies in wait. What I'm feeling here before I read anything else is that she's been in this role for so long, whatever your role is, that it's almost like this identity has consumed you. And so what this portal is, what this judgment is, what this clear sight, thought, movement forward is to claim that again. Not to claim that, but to claim the authentic part of yourself. So she would need to go back and claim that woman who wandered freely in the forest and connected with all sentient beings. Right? In this image, the forest has consumed her. She's lost her freedom. This is an opportunity for freedom. And I said at the beginning, it's about claiming your dharma and owning your dharma. Are you following me? This is a card of great inner strength, a strong spirit, and of profound sincerity. Adaptability is yet another key aspect of this card. There is much patience in this card as there is action. There is as much patience as there is action. There is a measured approach. There is a lot of dedication and strength of character when we choose to dedicate ourselves to a cause. And I feel like this cause is your own cause. Endurance is another important attribute to cultivate when the Nine of Wands appears in your reading. So there might be a sense of, that kind of Seven of Wands vibe where you feel like you have to justify what you are doing. At the beginning, I said, remember, sometimes we have to leave our old group to step into our new way of being. And so know that you don't have to justify what you're doing. You need to know that this is in your blood, this is in your soul, and this is your time to step forth emotionally. No, that's I'm going to tell you why I put that crystal there. Emotionally being led by the Knight of Water is a real, it's a real trust in this element. And it shows that energy of being guided, of being led. So follow the mermaid, follow the Knight of, the Knight of Water. This card cut really easily. So this card is about creativity. But I want you to look at rather than the keyword, look at the image, because I feel like this image is what you need to see more so than the keyword. There's a real sense of freedom that is being evoked here. Like a child, like a baby dragon coming out of the dragon egg. That's the vibe that I'm getting here. This is the Ten of Pentacles. Another thing I touched on earlier is that you may need to find a new tribe. You may need to find a new tribe and support in a new community. And sometimes finding those circles can take some time, but this tells me that tribe is there and there is support. And so leaning into the tribe, you don't need to feel alone in this process. And your earth medicine for this year is borage. Ah, that's so sweet. I planted borage for the first time this year in my garden. because it attracts the bees. The bees love borage. I had no idea it grew so easily. I had more borage than I knew what to do with. Oh my goodness. So next year I will be, well, I won't need to replant it. I'm going to have so much borage that comes up. But let me just go to the plant medicine. So that this is your plant medicine for 2021. If this is your card, it's associated with courage, which makes sense. If you've chosen this card, it may be that this is the quality you need to draw upon at this time. Yeah. So it takes tremendous courage to step into all of this. If you have chosen this card, it may be that this is the quality you need to draw upon at this time. True courage requires a strong and generous heart. And this involves looking beyond your own needs to perceive the greater good of those around you. This may mean you need to be courageous in standing up for someone who is weaker than you. I don't feel like this is what this is. This is about your own courage. And I want to recommend a book. I want to recommend a book to go with this reading. And that is, the author is Stephen Cope. And I believe the title is Your Greatest Work. And once I've done the readings, I will make sure that I put the book in the description box below. I'm just going to write it down here. It will change. It'll change your life. I think it's called Your Greatest Work, but Stephen Cope is the author. And this book speaks to Dharma. It speaks to following your path and your purpose. I've read it a couple times. My copy is all marked up, and maybe I'll pull it out again. It's a wonderful, wonderful read. So thank you. Thank you for being here. And if you want clarity on any of these cards, make sure to leave a comment below, and I will get back to that as soon as I can. So I will be back very soon for the next reading. Namaste.